Welcome back, viewers, to the latest researches and news. We have two developing updates that we will share with you in this video. Viewers, the Tigray People's Liberation Front has just delivered one of its bluntest statements, yet its deputy chairman, saying there is only one real path forward for Ethiopia, removing Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government entirely. This comes as Eritrean coordination deepens, mobilization continues inside Tigray, and another Tigrayan school has reportedly been hit by an airstrike. Let's walk through everything in detail. Viewers, the Tigray People's Liberation Front has stated that the only real solution for Ethiopia is removing Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government. According to the party's deputy chairman, Ethiopian military airstrikes on Tigray region are still ongoing at this time. He reiterated that in his view, there is no path forward for the country right now other than replacing the current leadership entirely. This is about as direct as political language gets in this conflict. Up until now, most of the Tigray People's Liberation Front's public statements have focused on conditions, grievances, and calls for dialogue. Even the 5 conditions we covered following Obasanjo's visit were framed around what needed to happen for talks to begin. This statement skips past that framing entirely and states outright that removing the government, not negotiating with it, is the actual goal. Alongside growing Eritrean coordination mobilization inside Tigray continues as well. As we told you before, Tigray's leadership has now formed a unified central command to direct the war effort. Alongside this, meetings are reportedly taking place right now between the Tigray government and Eritrea, and the movement of military vehicles between Tigray and Eritrea is said to be ongoing. Direct meetings between Tigrayan and Eritrean leadership happening at the same time, vehicles are reportedly crossing between the two, represents a step beyond what we've described before as more indirect coordination through the SIMDO framework. This looks like active, real-time political and logistical coordination, not just a standing alliance being referenced from a distance. Right now, the overall situation is extremely tense. Troops remain positioned on both sides of the border at this time. This continues to reinforce everything we've laid out about the encirclement pattern along Tigray's borders forces facing off simultaneously, with none of the recent developments, whether diplomatic or military, having actually eased that standoff so far. According to the latest updates, the Ethiopian Air Force has reportedly carried out another drone strike inside Tigray, with this most recent attack targeting a primary school in Abiy Ahmed, a sub-district within Kiuti Olailo Horeda. This is the same Kiuti Olailo district we told you about before, in connection with the earlier reported strike near Memekten, meaning this specific district has now been hit by more than one reported strike in our recent coverage, suggesting it may be an area of particular focus for Ethiopian air operations. Abiy Ahmed sits to the west of the main Mekele-Wukro-Zalambesa road, roughly 15 to 20 kilometers from Wukro. According to information gathered on the ground, this latest drone strike hit a primary school located in this sub-district. The area is also known for its historic rock-hewn church, a site that draws religious pilgrims from across the region. Placing this alongside its cultural context matters here. Abiy Ahmed isn't simply a rural sub-district. It's home to a well-known historic religious site that attracts pilgrims specifically because of its heritage. A drone strike in an area known for this kind of religious and cultural significance, on top of hitting a primary school, adds another layer to how this incident is likely to be perceived locally and internationally. Beyond the immediate question of the school itself, this reported strike on a school is likely to draw strong criticism from Tigrayan authorities, who may accuse the Ethiopian federal government of deliberately targeting civilian and educational infrastructure. Given how the Tigray Education Bureau responded to the earlier strike, we told you about describing it as part of a campaign to destroy education as a weapon of war. A very similar reaction seems likely here as well. If this pattern continues to repeat across multiple reported school strikes, it will likely keep reinforcing that same accusation each time, regardless of whether each individual strike is independently verified. As we told you in our previous video, another secondary school was hit by an airstrike where dozens of computer systems were reportedly brained in that earlier attack. 2 reported school strikes within a short span of coverage, the earlier Information and Communication Technology Center in Gejet town. And now, this primary school in Abiy Ahmed starts to form a pattern rather than a single incident. Whether this reflects a deliberate targeting pattern, as Tigrayan authorities allege, or a coincidence tied to the broader intensity of strikes across the region, is something that would require independent investigation to establish with certainty, but the recurrence itself is now notable on its own. So here's today's picture. The Tigray People's Liberation Front's deputy chairman has stated plainly that removing Abiy Ahmed's government is the only solution he sees, while Tigray deepens its coordination with Eritrea and continues mobilizing under its new central command. At the same time, another reported drone strike has hit a primary school in Abiy Ahmed, a historically significant area near Wukro, continuing a pattern of reported strikes on educational infrastructure that we've now covered more than once. We'll keep tracking every part of this closely and bring you verified updates as they come in. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss the next update.